Hey guys, King of Charmanders here. Alright, so I had a viewer ask if I could do a video on Meowstic. Now I know this isn't Meowstic, it's Espurr, it's pre-evolved form. But I think it's worthy to note that this adorable is so cute. How could something so cute be so deadly? Well, here's the thing. So if you look at Espurr, this is its base form. If you look at its little dex entry here, if you ever played X and Y, so Meowstic ears are quite large in proportion to its body and folded. So it has these really weird ears and they're folded. Now why are they folded? So they have organs that emit intense psychic powers, and it has no control over its powers. So basically what happens is if its ears open and it leaks out, it has enough psychic energy to create a blast radius of 300 feet or 90 meters. In other words, this thing is a walking time bomb, and its psychic energy can send a wrestler flying, which means within 90 feet, you're probably going to hear a giant boom. And this is Espurr. Just a fun fact for Espurr. So, you would think that this cute and adorable, little dangerous, destructive... No, seriously, it's adorable. Like, it's so cute. Why do you have to make something so bad? That's actually a really dark story. So, something that is literally a danger to the society, but it's still running around. As you see, it's in this car right now. It's holding a flower, and it's absolutely adorable. Anyways, enough me fawning over this thing, but that's the story of Espurr. So, is Espurr, or Meowstic, actually, factually, really good for PvP? We're about to find out. Alright, now we enter Meowstic. So, Meowstic is really interesting because it actually has two forms. It's the evolved form of Espurr, as we saw before, and it has two forms, a male form and a female form, so it's gender specific. So there's a little in Pokemon Go. Yes, you'll be able to obtain their different forms according to the data. However, there's a very small difference between the male and the female form, and it does have like movesets, etc. Now, as you see here, they also have different abilities in the main game. The main series game, Meowstic is actually a pretty dangerous little monster for competitive main series Pokemon VGC play. Pokemon Go, it's going to be it's actually a little interesting. As you see for Pokemon Go in the Go Hub analysis, as you see here, Meowstic is a pure Psychic type, which means it has weaknesses to just Bug, Dark, Ghost, and it also resists Fighting and Psychic. Basically, it's like a Hypno. Well, stat-wise, type-wise, it's a Hypno. Hypno's a pure Psychic type, so is Meowstic. Now, the interesting is Meowstic's stats. So, Meowstic is actually really good. If you see, it maxes out at 21-24 and has a very balanced stat spread. Anything that basically evens out, like as you see here, its attack, defense, and stamina are pretty even. Because of this, it kind of makes it a fairly balanced mon as far as just like a stat, like I said, stat pool, fairly balanced. And it has it has an okay moveset. So Meowstic has Confusion, Psychic, Thunderbolt, Energy Bolt, and don't ever use Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is such a bad move. It does have Confusion. Confusion is a very powerful move. It does a ton of damage, and it allows you to generate energy for things like, so it's kind of long, 4-turn move. 12 energy per shot, though. And because of that, you can get to it's going to take a while before you hit a move, but if you get to it, you're going to leave a chunk of damage because Confusion hurts a lot. Now, it's not really on the cheap side. As you see, 50k dust to power up. It's not 10k or 25, so it's a little difficult to power up. And if you do want to use it for Great League, it's going to be around like 25 or 26. If you want to use it for Ultra League, you probably have to power it up to level 50, which is going to really suck because level 50 is really expensive. And I'll look in a set. We'll take a look at the technical summary to see if Meowstic actually like caps out at level 40, can cap out. Because around level 30 to 40, it could probably cap at near 2,500 for Ultra League. Now the question is it really good for Ultra League? Now this is what makes it really interesting. As you see here, it has its different forms. Its shiny is actually pretty sweet. Solid gold, which I love. It's actually one of my favorite colors, so if you look at it, its shiny is amazing. Look at those shiny forms. Anyways, besides that, for PvP, Meowstic is really interesting. Now, what makes it kind of bad and why, like, it's okay, but the reason why is Meowstic doesn't have a great charge moveset. Psychic does give you that debuff potential, and it does a decent amount of damage, but having coverage moves like Thunderbolt and Energy Bomb doesn't really... It's not great. Energy Ball can have potential, so can Thunderbolt, but you're pretty much going to have your opponent... They're going to have to be down shields or for you to have energy advantage before you can really take advantage of Meowstic's moveset. And until, like I said, we'll figure out shortly just how truly it is. On first glance, it's not great. It's not great. It's not great just because of its charge moveset. This is the kind of situation... Confusion's okay. It's just the charge moveset, which kind of makes it a little bit of an issue. But we'll figure out shortly just to see how Meowstic stacks up to the meta when we use it and input it into PvPoke. Alright, so here I have Meowstic on the Matrix. I'm going to do Great League and Ultra League. This is for Great League. Now, as you see here, I also have Charm in one of them. Here's the thing. In the data mine, you'll see shortly that Charm was actually inputted for the female version of Meowstic. Now, we're going to look at both of them just to see if Charm actually makes a difference. The thing about Meowstic, Charm doesn't give you Stab because it's not a fairy type. And it just makes it really interesting, so I'm just going to run both so just we see. As you see, the preferred moveset is Confusion, Psychic, and Energy Ball. Energy Ball does give you that Azu coverage, as well as that coverage against things like Mud Boys. So Energy Ball is the play here. Also, Energy Ball has a chance of, I believe, lowering your opponent's defense or attack. I think it's your attack, so lowering your opponent's attack, so it has that chance too. So it's a double potential debuffer with Psychic Energy Ball. Which makes it kind of bad because, like I said, if you don't have shields, it kind of sucks. Also, if they have shields, they're probably going to... Meowstic doesn't get to its moves quickly. But we'll go over that later. That's just the thing for Meowstic. So, it's pretty much going to be used as a fast move / nuker. As you see here, if we run the sim, as a Charmer, it actually beats Altaria. So you're actually able to beat Altaria. You lose against a lot of picks, as you see here. This is mostly the one shield, like I mentioned, because you aren't able to have a lot of bait moves. This is the reality. You're going to lose a lot of matchups. It's not like something like, I would say, like Bastion, where it's obscenely tanky, so then it's only one purpose to literally, like, smash everything to death. So, here you do beat Dugong, you do beat Haunter, ironically, but that's only because Haunter is a poison type, so the confusion damage chunks, like I mentioned. You also beat Hypno, actually Shadow Hypno in the one shield, not the regular version. You're going to beat Machamp because of the charm / confusion damage. You also beat Metacham. You beat Metacham. The charm version is also able to beat Obstagoon, and you beat... Looks like the charm... The female version looks like it actually beats a whole lot more than the male version. As you see, the confusion version, male version, allows you to beat Stunfisk, Toxicroak, Tropius, Venusaur. So they both have their, like, pros and cons. But as you see, that's a lot of red. That's a lot of losing matchups in the one shield. We can run the two shield real quick and just see if it would get any better, but I don't think it's going to get too much better. Nope, not really. Okay, so, well, how about the zeros? Because that's really an unfair assessment. The thing about Meowstic is that if they do have shields, like I mentioned, because you don't have a good bait move, it's kind of bad. So, okay, here's the zeros. Still a lot of wins and losses, as you see across the entire meta, but you do get outpaced by a lot of things, which is going to cause you to get KO'd by things you would most likely be like Scrafty. So it just really depends. It's okay. It's not overly dominant, but it's an okay matchup. In Ultra League, this is where it gets kind of dicey. So I have the Ultra League meta right here. I'm gonna do regular Ultra. We'll do Ultra League, regular Ultra League, and then but it would probably best function in Great League in a specific format. It has to be really specific. But Meowstic, if you want to use it for level 50, keep in mind you're going to have to best buddy. You're going to have a perfect. And level 51 maxes out at around like this. So level 51 is assuming best buddy, and you max out at this. Does this give you an advantage? We are about to find out. If it does or it does not. We get to save changes. We can scroll down. We have battle. And this is what you get. As you see, you lose against a lot of top meta picks. Clefable, Cresselia, Charizard, to name a few. Articuno is getting really popular because Articuno just recently, well, not recently, but it was out with its Hurricane moveset, so you saw that out as well. You do beat Galade, you beat Gengar, you're able to take on Giratina Altered with the, well, it's Dragon Breath with the Charm moveset. As here, you beat Lapras. Energy Ball does give you that Lapras coverage. You also beat things like Machamp, Poliwrath. Charm allows you to beat Obstagoon. And you beat Togekiss with both versions, and you beat Venusaur with Confusion version. So that's some play in Ultra, but that's a lot of resources to build one for Ultra League. I would say leave it for Great League. Great League, Meowstic probably has the best chance. Meowstic probably has the best chance in Great League. But as you see, it's not completely great. It loses to a lot of meta picks, and at the same time, without a viable Vate move. And it also looks like Confusion doesn't deal enough damage. It deals a lot of damage, but it doesn't deal like enough to be super oppressive. As you see, you still lose against top picks like Azumarill, Azu, Altara. You even lose against Deoxys defense unless you're running the Charm version. And that's only because you resist those counters too. So very interesting mon to play and very weird. Is it really worth all this time on social media? As you see, Pokemon Go did this little transition message. If you look closer at the video, you get this little flag in the back, 677. That's Meowstic's dex number. So we can assume that you're going to find a Meowstic in rates. So it's going to be from rates or something. Why are you going to put this out in rates? I don't know. It's cute. It's adorable. If it comes out as a shiny, it would be a pretty sweet shiny. But other than that, not too hot for PvP. Alright, as you see here, here's the Pokeminers pace spin data. There is confirmed 2 versions. As you see, the male version and the female version, like in the regular series. And as you see, the female version does carry Charm. Now, as we saw in the Matrix, that unfortunately does not matter. It's not, it doesn't. Unfortunately, even though Meowstic does have Charm, there are better Charmers out there, and not having that stab capability hurts it a lot. Also, the fact that it's also its bait move, and largely its stat spread. Because Bulk is very oppressive in Go Battle League, with the exception of Master League, because everything's maxed out. Unfortunately, Meowstic's stat spread, having a somewhat, balanced attack is bad. It would be better if it had, lower attack so it could max out higher, and higher HP and defense. Very much like an Azu. A good example is probably Azu. But at the same time, Meowstic does... Its moveset does hold it back heavily. And even, like I said, even if you did give it Charm, as you see here, it wouldn't really make much of a difference. It would actually be better if Espurr gave Psyshock to Meowstic, because then it might be just a little better for analysis. Just to give it a heads up right here. So if we did the multi-battle here, and then we're just going to run through Meowstic for Great League really quick. Alright, so I give it shiny score a 10, and... dang it. For GBL, I give it a 5. It's not bad to where it gets absolutely annihilated by everything, but unfortunately, Meowstic or Espurr just really don't take the cake. As you see here, if we plug in Meowstic in the multi-battler, here's Meowstic. Let's give it that Confusion. Give it the 1 shield in Great League right here, as you see, and we run it. This is what you get. You win 36%. I should probably give it a 4 of a 5, but you know what? It has Confusion. That's something it can get away with. It has Confusion. That's all I can say. It has Confusion. It has Confusion. Other than that, it dies to a lot of things. Even if you gave it Charm, it's not so much better. So if you do the female version of the 1 shield, and you give it Charm, it just really doesn't do much at all. Gold is a very solid color. It has a beautiful shiny. Beautiful shine. But even though you give it Charm, look at that. It still loses more matchups than wins. It's very sad. I wish it was... Yeah, it's very... Oh, man. Yeah, it's really bad. Unfortunately, it's just the stats. As you see here, that's Meowstic. This is an Azu. Because of the high stamina, the defense, and because it has a useful moveset, that's why Azu is better. Meowstic has much less stamina, less defense, and yeah, it has a higher attack, so it's going to win CMP, but unfortunately, because of its moveset, it just what limits it so hard. Confusion is one of, other than Incinerate, it's one of the longest turn moves in the game, along with Volt Switch. So, it takes a while to get to, and it doesn't, its moves, it's the charge moveset. Charge moveset and okay stat spread. The reason why Hypno's really good is because as you look right here, Hypnos has a higher defense stamina overall. It also has Shadow Ball. It has a ton of moves. That's why Hypno's good. I think Meowstic is a good comparison to Hypno. Hypno is good because it has bulk, it's bulkier, and it has really good charge moves. Thunder Punch, like having bait moves like Punch and nuke moves like Shadow Ball, Focus Blast, and even you have Legacy Psyshock, it makes it really good. Unfortunately, without that, if you gave Hypno's moveset to Meowstic, so if we gave it Thunder Punch, here's what would happen. Confusion. If it had Thunder Punch instead of Energy Ball, it might just be a little better. As you see here, Thunder Punch, because now this gives it a bait move, as you see here. We run battle, and this is what you get. Bang. 56%. That's a huge improvement from what it was before. That's because it's able to bait Pokemon. It's able to bait shields now. Without a lack of a good bait move, Meowstic unfortunately does not take the cake and doesn't do very well in Go Battle League, unfortunately. In the future, it might, if this thing somehow, like I said, gets a good bait move, and yeah, if it gets a good bait move, then it can be somewhat usable, but still, it wouldn't trump a lot of Pokemon in Go Battle League. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Unfortunately, well, if you like the shiny, it's a sweet shiny, okay? It has a really cool shiny. That's the saving grace of all this. Cool shiny. Really cool, beautiful shiny. For both of them. See here? Cool, beautiful, shiny. That's pretty much it. Other than that, they're not really great for Go Battle League. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys liked it, please like and subscribe. I do requests for, if I do comment requests, so if you do have a request for a Pokemon, you do want to see one, just pop in the comments. I'll take a look at it, and why not? I'll analyze it. Unfortunately, yeah, like you see in the notes, because Meowstic doesn't have a subsizable amount of bulk and a good charge move for baits, it doesn't take the cake, even if you do give it Charm. It does have a really cool shiny, though. Again, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys on the next video.